See how much better that turn was? That's because her weight was balanced better on her back end. This gets better. That's also going to get her weight better on her back end for spin. These two kind of come together. They kind of develop together. I'm not sure what Mia got into over the weekend, but I think this is the dirtiest I've seen her since she's been here. Typically a clean horse. Generally likes to be clean, but we've had rain almost every day. So all my turnout pastures are pretty wet. At some point when she was turned out over the weekend, she found something wet to lay in. She's here. Her owner started her and started her nice. Got a nice start on her. But he didn't know how to take her further towards ranch riding, ranch trail, that kind of thing. Teach her the maneuvers, the movements that she needs to advance her training. So that's what she's here for. I put out a video on my Patreon where I was talking about how to teach a horse to move the shoulders and move the hips. You might want to take a look at that if you're not if you haven't seen that. It's pretty educational for if you're starting a horse moving its body. I'm going to be taking that a little further with her, asking her to start stepping around into a spin, develop her stop a little more, develop her back up a little bit. We're going to touch on all of those things just a little bit today. So as I'm walking this circle, I'll walk a circle or two, get her mind thinking about walking the circle. Didn't drag my arena this morning because my farrier was here early. Had the entrance to my barn blocked. I couldn't get in with my tractor, so that's why my arena didn't get dragged today. But now we've kind of established the circle. I'm going to keep her head to the right, apply a little bit of left rein, left leg, ask her to step over, step, 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 pushed into my leg a little bit. It needs to get a little softer. Step and walk out. Lots of repetition there so that when I put the cue, she comes on around. So let's do that again. Push, 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 push. Now right there, see how her feet got still and her back end came around? That is her pushing into the bridle, and she's bracing to get the leverage to push into the bridle. We've got to have forward. That's why we've got to have the feet moving, and she's got to get off of my leg. Got a little mad about me pushing with my leg. Push, 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 push. There we go. Good girl. Let's work the other direction a little bit. Kind of funny there when she got stiff, and I felt her hump up in her back a little bit, but she never pinned her ears. Her facial expression never really changed. Those kind of things I take notice of because facial expression means a lot when you're working a cow. Typically, for a cutting horse, you generally don't want the horse to give the cow a lot of expression because when it does, a lot of times the cow back, you gotta have forward. A lot of times the cow backs off forward and doesn't continue to challenge the horse. Over, 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 there we go, and forward. Gotta have more forward. So right there, she's harder on my right leg. And see how she's kind of balking? Let's do a little bit of right rein, right leg. Get her off of that leg, off of the leg, off of the leg. Now let's forward, off of the leg, off the leg, forward, off the right leg, forward, forward. There we go. That's more what I need. Forward. Good girl. Let's go back to the left and then we'll come back and work that again. Now let's go to the right, and then we'll come back and work to the left again. Forward. When you notice her front feet start to slow down and her back feet start to kind of push out, when she's pushing out with her back end, that's when she needs more forward. Forward. Step over. There, that was nice. Forward. 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 There we go. Nice, good girl. Go back to the left again. Forward. Gotta have forward. For this exercise, we have to have forward. Don't always for everything, but for this, to develop a spin, we have to have forward. The back end has to be pushing with the front end stepping across. The back end has to push. I see a lot of pleasure horses trying to show ranch, and when they do the spin in the ranch, they don't have the push when they step around. When you watch a pleasure horse spin and you watch a reining horse spin, speed isn't just the difference. The push from the back end is a big part of the difference. Not that pleasure horses can't push. They've just been taught to work in a different frame. Forward. There we go. That was better. Forward. Good girl. All right, so let's work stop a little bit. Let's get up to trot. Step over by the gate. No, Raven. It works good to practice these maneuvers together, because as you see here, I'm getting some forward, which I need for the spin, and I have to have forward to work stop. Can't work on stopping if we're not going. So I'm going to come around that side, push my feet forward and say the word. If she stops, I'll pet on her. If she don't, I'm going to turn her into the wall and we'll go the other way. Whoa. As you notice, she did stop, but it took her about 4 steps to stop. I want her to stop right away. When I say whoa, I want to stop right now before we fall off the edge of the world. So, even though that was effort in the right direction, I need more effort. This time we're going to do it with the wall on the left, and let's see what she does. Whoa. And turn to the wall. Notice when I'm turning her to the wall, I'm getting a lot of butt kicking out. The front isn't really sweeping. You're going to see a better turn develop about the same time a better stop develops. Because as she starts to stop with her back end under her and engaged, then she's going to be in a better position for the turn. That's why working these together works so good. Whoa. You notice there, that was a better stop and also a better turn. Go around, we'll do it again. Whoa. Okay, so that was still about 4 steps, but I'm going to reward that. And the reason I'm going to reward that is because I felt her back end, her stop with her back end under her. Her hips went down, her back came up, and her neck went down. So even though that was still basically 4 steps, it was more correct. So I'm going to reward it. Give her a chance to stand a minute, and then we'll turn to the wall and we'll do it again. She's really eyeing that cow right there. Don't think we've worked cows on her yet, but we need to. Now we're going to turn to the wall, trot the other way. See how much better that turn was? That's because her weight was balanced better on her back end. This gets better. That's also going to get her weight better on her back end for spin. These two kind of come together. They kind of develop together. Let's ask for another one. Whoa. Pretty nice. I'm happy with that for her. Still needs to develop more. She starts actually stopping with her butt underneath her. Might put shoes on her and then see how far we can get her. But she's coming along nice, developing a nice stop, developing a nice rollback, stepping around a little bit. And we're also working her ranch trail obstacles, throwing a rope, dragging a log, that kind of stuff. So this is Mia. I'll have a link to her playlist on YouTube up here. Until next time, thank you for watching.